What's up, guys? Listing some CDs for sale. Amazon keeps telling me I must request approval to list some of these CDs. So I thought this would be a good opportunity to walk you through the 3 scenarios that you'll encounter when Amazon says you're not allowed to list something and how to get past each of them so you can sell anything. Okay, so only 3 scenarios. There may be a 4th or 5th in categories I'm not familiar with. So I'm only telling you what I know from my experience. There's 3 ways this can play out. 2 of them are super simple and require no effort whatsoever. And then one of them requires a little bit of effort. I'm going to tell you how to get past that. So here are the different scenarios. Let's get into it. You can see right here, I've got a Lord of the Rings CD here. Amazon's saying you must request approval. So let's show you how this is done. This is the simplest scenario. You're going to encounter this most often. Amazon takes you to a page where it says request approval. There's a button there. A lot of you, if you've been selling longer than like 2.5 or 3 years, you may just completely retreat when you see this button that says request approval. Because prior to 2.5 or 3 years ago, about 2.5, Amazon only would let you get approved if you submitted invoices. You got to submit invoices from a distributor. I'll get to that in a second. But you might just retreat from this and go, oh, I don't have invoices. That's what I did for a long time. Turns out 2.5 years ago, Amazon quietly changed things so that you could actually just click a button and actually get auto-approved immediately. So that's what we're going to see here in this one. Click request approval, and shocker, our selling application was instantly approved. Okay, so this is the most common scenario that I see. My account's kind of old, so as a newer seller, maybe you might not see this as often. But virtually, I would say 80+% of the time, when I encounter a scenario where I have to request permission to sell something, I get approved instantly. So hopefully that's the case with you as well. Next up, I got a Kiss CD. Can you believe that Gene Simmons is not allowing me to sell his CD on Amazon? It's an absolute outrage, but we're going to get past it. Okay, so again, you click request approval. It's going to the same button again, and you might think the same button means the same button, but the same button can mean 3 different things. This is the second one, so you click request approval. And you guys, I got to tell you something. What you're looking at right here on this page, I saw this page 300 times and X'd out of it every single time. Because again, I've been selling long enough to where every time Amazon takes you to a page after you click request approval, in my mind, that always means it's requesting invoices. So I never really looked at this. I'm a doofus. First of all, it's important to keep in mind I'm a colossally low IQ doofus. But I just saw this page and I was just like, oh, okay, well, at the bottom, it must request invoices, and I don't have invoices, so I'm just going to move on. Hundreds of times I did this. And then I realized one day I was like, let me actually look at this page. Turns out it's just a simple questionnaire. And again, most of you are not this doofusy, okay? This is only going to apply to a few of you. I'm an idiot. So it turns out all you have to do is click the bottom box for every single question. And basically just saying to Amazon, hey, I understand how serious this is. Like, I'm not going to sell any counterfeits. I'm not going to like kill puppies. I'm not going to join Al-Qaeda. I'm not going to do any crazy shenanigans, Amazon. So you're just checking all the boxes, let them know. Then you enter your email address, which, by the way, I found out you can even enter a wrong email address that's not even associated with your Amazon seller account and still get approved. This is a formality, probably to appease lawyers somewhere. And then, boom, instantly approved. Okay, third scenario. Hopefully you don't encounter this that often, but this is the one we really don't like, but it's not insurmountable. I'm going to tell you how to get past it. So this is where you click request approval, and Amazon takes you to a page that I referenced earlier where it's asking for invoices. Now, what does this mean exactly? Well, Amazon gives you a list here. You can see right at the top of what it's looking for, how many purchases it needs to see, etc. So you're probably sitting back and you're like, what is an invoice from a distributor? Like, what does it actually mean? Well, here's the deal. Amazon has approved distributors they've decided are legit. And so they know what their invoices look like also. And so if you submit an invoice from one of these distributors, Amazon says, okay, they must be real because they've actually invested money in purchasing these CDs. So they come from an actual legit source. Amazon just wants to see the source of, in this case, CDs, but it could be books, could be whatever. The source is actually a legit source that doesn't sell counterfeits, okay? So what do we do here? Well, you got a couple options. The first option is to actually place an order with one of these distributors. But then the question is, well, what are the distributors? That's a fair question. So I don't want to give you a list because they change. So, and I don't actually even know the list, to be fair. I've always paid people to do this for me, which I'll get to in a second. So what you want to do here is head over to a Facebook forum and just go, hey, I'm trying to get approval in, CDs or whatever, DVDs, whatever the case may be. And just say, hey, like, what are the current distributors that Amazon wants to see invoices from? And then you'll get a list, and then you can just go, hopefully someone will respond that's done this recently. You head over to those distributors. Hopefully there's a way to make a purchase. Again, I don't have lots of experience with this just because I've always paid people to do that, which again, I'll get to in a second. But you get the name of the distributor, you place an order with them, and so I'm told that works most of the time, okay? Now, the second scenario, which is more expensive, I just gave you the poor man's version, which is usually the version I go with. But the non-poor man's version, or the less poor man's version, is to find an ungating service. Okay, these are services that do this all day. That's all they do is they get people approved in different categories. So they know what distributors are legit. They know what Amazon needs to see. They know everything, what hoops to jump through. And so all they do is you pay them a bunch of money and they just go, okay, we got you approved. That's literally it. So the question is, who are these services? Well, you can do some Googling. I would recommend even better, you head over to a Amazon seller forum on Facebook or something and just ask people what's worked for them. I've had some experiences that are kind of bad, and I don't want to recommend. I've had services that were good and then turned bad, and then maybe there's some that were bad and maybe they became good. So I hesitate to give you a list here because that can change. So head over to a forum, talk to people, find out, hey, just get one person that's like, hey, I just signed up for, I use this service. It worked perfectly. That's all you need. You don't need like 20 testimonials. Just get one good one. Go to them. They'll charge you a few $100 or something, and you'll get approved. Totally worth it if you're doing any kind of volume. So that's how it works, you guys. So the point of this is you got 3 scenarios. 2 of them are really easy. You get approved instantly. The third one is this one, and it is not insurmountable. You can get past this. That's it. I basically just gave you a very short version of how to get approved in any category anywhere. Some of them are kind of hard. I hear outside of the media categories, most of them are pretty easy. That's it, you guys. Thanks for watching. Post your comments below, like the video, subscribe, and all that. I'll see you guys in the next video.